Virgin Fears, Bob Shades. Let's go. Today's topic, family, is are you living or are you surviving? On my Instagram feed, I made reference of a co-worker of mine. Let me bring this down a little bit. Sometimes the sound overpowers my dialogue of what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to be more aware of that. Anyway, so I got a co-worker, a little cold in here, who makes it a point every 3 to 4 weeks to go away. Some way, somehow go away. Either by herself, with her daughter, or with her guy. Places like Atlantic City on the Northeast. Vegas. She's been to Vegas so often that they know her there. Curaçao, which she was going to, but the pandemic held her back. But she's still gonna go. You know, now that a lot of things have been lifted and so forth and so on. Costa Rica in a couple months, gearing up for that. Now, she has positioned herself, especially with Atlantic City, to get a lot of rewards points. I think she's at a diamond level. So that majority of the hotels that she goes to, she pretty much stays there for free. Also, she, you know, shops around for the best prices, airline flights. I mean, she puts a lot of time and effort to make sure she gets the best deals. The best. Are you kidding me? Oh no, we're not gonna do this. Not now. Not in this traffic. Let's go. Let's go. To get the best deals, the best airline flights, hotel stays, this, that, and the third. Another co-worker just came back from Costa Rica. In school, 2 jobs. Tired as hell, but made it a point to say, you know what, I need a break. So let me ask you, family, are many of you in the position to be able to do that? That you said, you know what, I need to take that moment for self. Whether it be with a loved one or a group of individuals, you know. I know of certain individuals that have their girl trips. I know of a young lady that went to Woodstock. This was some time ago. Went to Woodstock, you know, 2 jobs. Girls trip. Or a winery, you know, with a hotel nearby. Let me fix this, guys. With a hotel nearby. And make the most of it. So, is the everyday grind too much that you cannot escape it? Let me bring this back. That you guys cannot escape it. It's finances. That's heavy. Are your finances so locked up in so much expenses that you just can't seem to say, you know what, I can't say that I'm gonna go away. I can't do that. You know, I got too many responsibilities. I got too many bills. You know, I'm borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, and I'm not catching up. Are you able to reboot? You know, now some people who don't have it like that, and I don't mean like that, like you balling or anything like that, but you know, not even to be able to say, you know, I can't afford to go on a trip or what have you at this moment. So you take yourself, or loved ones, or what have you. You say, you know what? I'm gonna go to the nearby beach. You got your little chair, you know, beach chair. That some of them come on a backpack type of way. You got your umbrella. Got a couple of 6-packs. And you just say, for the men, and you just say, you know what? I'm just gonna zone out. Or for the women, load yourself up. Maybe if you have kids, you load them up and say, you know what? You take the little buckets, the sand buckets and shovels and playthings, of course, if they're little. Or if they're big, you know, and you just say, you know what? This is the best that we can do. There are families or couples or individuals that take that time to be able to do that. They take that moment to say, you know what? I can't afford it in the conventional way of saying I'm going to go fly someplace and this, that, and the third. But you know what? I'm going to make the most of what I have right now. Queen Latifah did a movie. She thought she was going to die. A really good, romantic type of movie. And she just worked and 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 worked. So then she cashed out her 401. She had like, I don't know, 200,000, 400,000. And she went to Switzerland. She went skiing. All the various things that may have been deep in her mind on her bucket list, she started to do. Are you guys able to do that? Are you able to find that moment of peace and tranquility, and however it may be? I knew a woman many, many, many years ago. Come on, let's go. I knew a woman many, 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 many years ago who, she was a patient in registration, and she was a black woman. And I'm specifying this because she was a rocker. I never met a black rocker. She had the Megadeth and Black Sabbath and, nose ring, and she was cool. She was a cool lady. And she had a daughter, 17, 18. But since she was a little girl, this chick would go to let me bring this back. She would go to a lot of WWE WrestleMania events, and that was her moment of escape. She goes, I follow these guys, I look at The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was big at the time. I think The Rock was just coming up, so it just goes to prove how many years back we're talking. And she makes it a point to say, that's my escape. I don't know what type of job she was in, but she said it was a lot of energy. I met another woman in registration, emergency room, in my previous life, who I never forgot. She took care of her mother. Her mother was an elderly, sick woman with a lot of complications, and she was also a lawyer. And she said, I pretty much work like damn near 80 hours a week. I don't have a break. I don't. I get paid well, but I don't have the luxury of time to do that. And she said, I haven't had a vacation in maybe 10, 12 years. Taking care of my mother, or responsibilities, or, school, going to school, making the most of being successful. And then my mother took ill, and this is my life. And I was like, wow, 10, 12 years. This woman hadn't gone anywhere in 10 to 12 years. And I said, well, do you do anything local? And she goes, I don't have the time. I have to take care of her. I got, take care of her estate, and, so many various things that was part of her responsibility. So in this respect, forgive me, family, my voice is kind of going there. I'm very hoarse this morning. In this respect, it wasn't a factor of money, it was a factor of responsibility, dogged responsibility that she had to adhere to, and she just couldn't. And she didn't cry over it, it was just a resolve. And she didn't, there are some people that would say, if my mother dies then, or whatever. She didn't go in that direction. She just was like, this was the card that was handed to me, and this is the most that I'm going to make of it. So how are you guys able to work around that? Even something as simple, and this may sound corny, but I happen to like it. Fly a kite. You know how wonderful it is to, as adults, to be able to go back into your youthful vigor of life, your youthful existence, a period of time where there was a care in the world, and you just enjoyed yourself, and you flew your kite. Or roller skating. There are roller skate rinks around the country, you know, wherever part of the country that you guys are. You just say, you know what, I'm going to spend $16 or what have you to go rollerblading or roller skating. I won't say rollerblading, you know, or take up a dance class as a form of learning a dance like bachata or salsa, and as a form of exercise. Are you able to spirit away a moment of time for yourself? Hell, take up yoga in your living room and put on your television, switch it to YouTube if you're able to have a smart TV, and be able to do that, and just zen out for 20 minutes, you know. Are you living, family, or are you surviving? Now, I know that I'm creating a jumbota of different things, but the point is, are you able to find a moment for self? And that self is it allows for you to reboot, and where you say, okay, life is hard, life is tough, my expenses are eating me alive, but you know what, this is my moment. This is my there was a movie I saw 9 Weeks, I think it was, with Hugh Grant, and it just clicked in my mind. The woman would say, this is my moment, this is my destiny, you know. And where you just be able to find that peace. Some people are able to find it through their children. They love their children, that they vicariously live through their youth of how they grow, and you know. But I'm just speaking from different perspectives. But there's also the perspective of, are you able to squirrel away a couple dollars and say, you know what, let me go to the local casino and play the slots. My coworker, when she goes to Atlantic City or Vegas, she doesn't play the roulette, she doesn't play baccarat, she doesn't play blackjack or any of that. No. It's the slots. And let me tell you something, she hits. I remember I saw she posted it on her Instagram, like an 800. I remember within a matter of like 3 or 4 hours, 800, 2600, 1200. I'm like, what? But that's her. I'm not saying that's for everybody else. So please, you know, disclaimer, I'm not saying that you go to the casinos and you gotta hit it all the time. So, you know, please don't take her experience and be like, oh, Bobby Shade said, you know, if you go to no, nothing like that. But anyway, family, are you living or are you surviving? That is the topic of the day. That is the question of the day. Are you living or are you surviving? And if you're surviving, how are you able to cope with it? Are you able to cope, or is it drowning you? I'd love to hear your comments. I do appreciate it. I received a comment in my last post. A very dear friend of mine, his wife, you know, and I truly appreciated it. And guys, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. It helps the channel grow. It helps that when you're searching for me, that my videos start to show up on the side panel. That it's much more easier instead of typing in Bridging Fears, you know. So please like, share, tell others about this channel. Don't just go on there, join, and have a comment, which is appreciated. Don't get me wrong. But it's also more appreciated. You tell a friend, or tell a sister, or brother, or uncle, or cousin, hey, check this guy out. Tell me what you think, you know. And if they join, all the better. Anyway, family, that's all I have for you today. Let us give thanks and praise that we are 6 feet above ground and not below, and that those in our inner circle, those are in our inner circle, are in the same vein. I am your gracious host, Mr. Bobby Shades, and this is Bridging Fears. It was a pleasure riding with you. And please tune in for the next episode. And I'll see you guys. Oh, and whatever you do today, make a statement. If you sit back on a lawn chair with chips falling on your stomach and you're rubbing your and enjoying it, and you got a cooler and it dribbles down and you're just enjoying it, and your feet are funky and you're just sitting there all fat and sassy, shit. Makes the most of it. Make that statement. Make it loud and proud. And whatever you do, family, my motto, stay lovely, stay sexy, but most of all, stay safe. See you guys in the next clip. Take care.